Looney Farm Guy here, and in this video we're going to be looking at the Swathing header from the Lizard Colossus pack by Chris S. and Riley S. As there's been some question about how does this work, or is it even working, and what does it work on, etc., those kinds of things. So what are we talking about here? So if we're looking at the Lizard Colossus pack, there is a ton of stuff, and if you haven't checked it out yet, I would recommend you checking out if you like doing things just a little bit different. When I say a little bit, I mean a lot different. So, for those of you who may or may not know, Farming Simulator 25 has now made it available in the game, or an option in the game, to swath crops. And we have several swathing, or a few anyways, swathing mods, and this is actually one of them. The latest update. It's very similar to the other headers in this Colossus pack. There is the standard header, well, you're going to say standard style type header with unrealistic widths and all the extra stuff. But the Titan swathing header, unrealistic, is the one we're going to pay attention to in this video. So we have the standard, I'm going to say standard width, which is just the regular width. Then we have 25 and 50. So what do we get that we don't? Oh, so if we go with the unrealistic, we have the unrealistic crop guides that you can have red, orange, yellow, and so forth. And those will appear on the sides. And then all the colors. So, but what really is going on here now? If you have the MacDon pack, which I don't think I have actually installed on this particular game save, you can swath crops. You can swath a crop, which means you cut it, but it's still not harvested. Basically, it's like mowing it, but it's not mowing it. And then you come by with the harvester and a pickup header, and you pick up. Said crop. I think actually, is there a modded pickup header on this? There is. If you have the MacDon pack, you will actually have a pickup header also that appears in here, but it needs the MacDon pack. So MacDon pack is a paid DLC. Actually, there it is, Titan Swath Collector. Sorry, it looks different than the standard one. So if you are also swathing with a swather, this will also pick up the swathed crop. But yes, again, let's get back to this header. I have a standard. You don't need to use the Colossus harvester. You can use any harvester, at least any harvester that's big enough to run this size of a header. Alright, so let's attach it so far, and then we'll just fold up the trailer bit. And by all appearances, this header works just like any other grain crop header, but it's a little bit hard to see. But if I jump up here, you see this down here? That's the swath. So that the header or the swathing action is happening here, and it drops the swath right here. So if we back away, that's actually probably the easiest way. If we back away now, you see that there's just the tiniest little bit of space from where the crop gets swathed to where the swath gets picked up by the header. And so it's actually doing two things at once. It is cutting the swath into, or cutting the crop into a swath, and then picking up that swath and running it through the harvester. So what is the advantage of this, you may wonder? Well, the advantage is you get a bonus percent. I think it's, I can't remember now. Is it 20 or 30% harvest bonus Yes, and we're getting it's filling up fast. This little field here, and I do not have precision farming on. It will work with precision farming. So what I'm going to do is we're going to harvest, just for demonstration purposes, we're going to harvest this crop and this field. We're going to harvest this field with this header, and then I'm going to go out and come back in with a regular header or a standard style. We'll go with the Colossus header, but the non-swathing one, and just a normal harvest, as it were, and we'll compare how much crop we have harvested. So right now we filled it up 10,005. So we're gonna buy a trailer, probably a big old trailer. Let's just buy a very large trailer with a large capacity so that we can put it all in. Maybe we'll just go with the semi-trailer. Yeah, that's a ticket. 59. So we'll go with the standard one. That should, yeah, that'll definitely hold all the crop in here. And so I'm going to finish harvesting this crop, and we'll come back with the total, and then we'll continue. All right, so what did we end up from? How much did we end up with this field? 26,465. I'm going to have to write that down because I'm never going to remember that. 26,465. That is the wheat harvest off of this field. Now, before we step out, so we're going to reset. I'm going to bring in the standard header. So if we go back down here, when I say standard, I mean it will be the modded one, but the modded Titan Unrealistic. So it'll do exactly the same as the non-modded one, just a little bit wider, 25 meter, right? All right. But before we do that, and before I forget, we have a field of, I believe this is sorghum. Now, sorghum is not a swathable crop, and if you had bought this header and you went into a field of sorghum and figured you were going to harvest sorghum, it's not going to work. Sorghum is not a swathable crop. So what is a swathable crop? Wheat, barley, I believe canola is not, although it could be. Now, I could be wrong. I can't remember now. I'll have to check. Oats definitely is, and soybeans, I believe. But I'll have to double check on the swathable, what's swathable and what isn't. Actually, when I come back in, I'll load up the MacDon pack so you can see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about swather and pickup headers and stuff like that, if you don't know what that is already. All right. All right, so we're back on the field. We're almost done, and I have what do we call a normal type header on here. And if you notice, look closely when I'm harvesting, we'll see the crop being cut and then fed into the harvester, which we didn't see on the other one, and that's because it was basically mowing it, windrowing it, and then picking up that windrow or the swath and doing that. So it's kind of it was highly modified addition to give you that bonus. So now we are crawling up on nearly 10,000 liters here. We may not. Oops, let's not harvest any of that by accident over there. And we're just about. We'll have, just a little bit. So we'll empty out this and then harvest that little bit. But I can tell you right now, it's a lot less than what we got with the other header. And we'll show you exactly how much as soon as we unload. Meanwhile, back at the store, while that's unloading, This is the swather from the MacDon pack. What's the MacDon pack? There it is. So you get the swather unit, or the machine itself. They're very, very common here up where I live. And here is the header that attaches to that swather, and that's what's going to swath the crop and cut it. And then you go and you use this piece of equipment here attached to your harvester to pick up the swath. So I have a full review of the MacDon pack already, but just to kind of explain to you, because not everybody has it. It is a paid DLC. You have to buy it. So not everybody has it. And I don't expect everybody to have it, but now we have options. We have a few options. Also, the BC Bueller is coming out with a swather pack as well, if you remember from Farm Sim 22, but this one will be much more widely available on any map, basically, because swathing is now part of base game mechanics. Alright, there we go. And we're just going to... Let's turn off that header, unload the rest of the little bit of grain we had in there, and get the grand total of 21,192 liters. Now, how does that compare with what we had before? Before, with the swather head, or the swathable header, or the swath header, we got 26,465. So, a little over 5,000 more liters of crop on just this field compared to the, what they call it, the standard way of harvesting. Now, we did show you before the sorghum field. You could, the other one wouldn't work, so if you're, sometimes these things come up on sale. And what I mean by sale, used vehicle sale, and one will pop up in here. You got to be careful, because there's a bunch of them, right? There's like the regular Titan header, which does not have the expanded or the 25 meter. It's just as it is. It's a base game header that you can change colors and so forth. Then you have the unrealistic one, which we just showed you in the just now, the one we just used, the one we have right now. Then the swathing header, which we showed just before, and then there's also a rice header. And then remember, I showed the pickup. Well, this is the swath collector. That this item right here replaces. I'm going to say replaces this piece of equipment. Now you can use this piece of equipment or the other. These are all pretty much interchangeable. So just to show you that sorghum, see, there we go, it's not a swathable crop, but it is harvested by. So if you've got a header and it's not harvesting something you think it should be harvesting, just double check the header you have. But there it is. That's yeah, well, actually this isn't it, and that's not it, but it looks just like this. But that's how the swathable header works for the Colossus, Lizard Colossus pack on Farming Simulator 25. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out. And till the next one, bye for now.